basic telephone system and modern mobile phone. In the continuation of this lecture, and another one lecture also available about the mobile phone communication system. So what is basic telephoning system? Everyone is aware about the basic telephoning system. Before going to the mobile phone communication system, we have to study a telephoning system. So the telephoning system which consists of the following parts, that means following basic mechanisms. One is telephone of the subscriber and the end user. So telephoning system means we have to talk to one person, and that person also need a telephoning system, that we know very well. And this is the end office, local central office directly connected to end user at a distance of 1 to 10 kilometers. So next one is local loop, the two-way connection between the telephone and the end office, and the tool office, switching the centers which are called tandem office when located within the same local area. So another one is tool connecting trunk lines that connect the end offices with the tool offices, and between these then intermediate switching offices there, it is interconnected non-hierarchical switching office for connecting tool offices. And next one is the inter-tool trunk, so it is a very high bandwidth channels that connect either two tool offices via intermediate switching devices. So this is the schematic diagram of what I am saying is looking here. So this is the telephone, this is the caller, and this is the receiver. So a caller is connected by a local loop, so that is our home system to a local exchange house. Then it is the end office, it goes to office, and now the toll connecting trunk. So this is an ordinary two-string wire, and it is a fiber optic cable, and it is connected to the tool office, and this is the caller level end tool office. From the caller level tool office to the another tool office which is connected. Hello madam, video lecturing போயிட்டு இருக்கு, இங்க வீடியோ கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்காங்க, அங்க இருக்கேன். எனக்கு இன்னைக்கு போட்டாங்க 2 to 3 எனக்கு வீடியோ லெக்சர் schedule போயிட்டு இருக்கு. சரி. So this is the information about the telephoning system that we are commercially using nowadays. So nowadays means it is past. I think every one of them are we are changed to a mobile communication system. Like here, we are everyone immediately contact another person without knowing their situations. So they are immediately called. So the tool offices, two offices which are connected by a inter-tool trunk, and in between these there may be a intermediate switching offices there. So this is the block diagram and the schematic diagram of basic telephoning system which we are following. Okay, and so the transmission medium used, look here, and for local loop, this local loop analog twisted pair cables, already I said. What do you mean by twisted pair cables? That means a plastic polyvinyl which consists of a twisted. Twist means yes, that is this type twisted pair cables, two strings which are twisted. So for this one wire or one string is used for sending the signal, and another one is receiving the signal. So voice in and voice out. Okay, so the toll on those days only two strings, one is sending the signal, voice signal, and another is receiving the voice signal. For on those days it is used only for hearing the sound, calling purpose only. So nowadays we are using it is the telephone wire are used as internet and the voice call also nowadays. So the previous one, the oldest one, which consists of only twisted pair cables. So the tool connecting trunk fiber optic links. Next one is tool connecting trunk. So already I said the local loop is twisted cables, and the tool connecting trunk is the fiber optic cables. Fiber optic cable. You know very well about optical fiber cable. So the optical fiber cable plays a vital role in a modern telecommunication system, because of, apart from the voice call, we are capable to see the picture also, capable to see the face, the caller and the receiver's face also directly, video calling system. So these optical fiber cables transmit the optical signals which are fed to the system or modem, and which convert into voice and as well as the picture images. That is why we are video calling. So the tool connecting trunk, on those days this is tool connecting trunk, and for this purpose fiber optic links are used. So between the switching offices, two switching offices, fiber optic cables and the microwaves are used. So this is the tool office and another one is a tool office. So this is the intermediate switching offices. So between these the fiber optic cable also used. So what is the communication for different transmissions? So both caller and callee are attached to some end office. In this case, a direct electrical connection is set up between the local loops of the subscribers by switching mechanism of an end office. So caller and callee are attached to a different end offices, because of the caller's information reaches one end office, and the receivers or the callee's information reaches to the another end office. So there are different type of transmissions. So the end office, caller and callee's end office is in only particular region, same region, no problem. So if he called, immediately the signal is received by the receiver. So caller and callee are attached to different end offices means. So here his end office is separate, his end office is different. In this case, the end office of the caller sets up a connection with one or more connected tool offices. That's why it is here, tool offices. So the end office, this is the end office, and the receiver is in the same office, no problem. Then immediately the signal is received by the receiver here. But now this is the tool office. So the end office, the caller and the receiver are the two different end offices, means definitely it will connected to the tool office. So this is the caller's tool office, this is the receiver's tool office. So that is the different type of system. So this is again has two cases. That means the end office of the caller and the callee have a common tool office. Here, look here. This is the common tool office. From here to receiver is here, no problem. This tool office give the signal to this receiver. Okay, that is one type. And now then the tool office establish the connection within itself. So they connect within itself. If there are no common tool office between the caller and the callee, then the path is established between the different tool offices through intermediate switching office via intertool trunks, that is represented here. This is called intermediate switching office, that is, and this is called as intertool trunk. So these are always a fiber optic cable. So this is the different system. Simple by simply say both caller and receiver have the same end office. So the end office communicate the signals among them here. If the caller and receiver are the same tool office, so the signal is sent to one tool office and again it is received by the another receiver here. So the communication is between the caller tool office and the receiver here. But both are having two different tool offices, connected by two different tool offices. So there may be intermediate switching office and the intertool trunk is available. So This is the another category that is explained here. So what is next one is what is modem. So this is the communication system, how the communication is designed those days, that began by landline. So this is generally called as landline. So modem means, a modem is a device or program that enables a computer to transmit data over, for example, telephone or cable lines. Computer information is stored digitally, whereas the information transmitted over telephone lines is transmitted in the form of analog waves, and a modem which converts between these two forms. So what is this modem? Is a device which receives the electrical signal and it is converted into a digital signal. That's all. Modem which receives electrical signal, which convert digital signal. The same as it receives the digital signal and it is convert the electrical signal and return back to it. So both are possible in modem. So the word modem is a contraction of the word modulator, demodulator. So modulation, demodulation. So this is the these two words combined to form a modem. Modulator, demodulator. So a modem is typically used to send the signal data over a phone line. So the sending modem modulates the data into signal that is compatible with the phone line, and a receiving modem demodulates the signal back to the digital data. So that is the working of modem. So look here. So this is the schematic diagram of a modem. Look here, from this simple explanation, this is the computer which gives the digital data, and these digital data are fed into the modem, and this modem convert the signal into analog one. So this is the analog signal. So electrical signal. So now look here, this is the signal by the cable, which is electrical signal, which is given to a modem that is converted into a digital signal and is fed to the computer. Because of the computer know only a digital signal, binary signal 0 and 1, and it reads and it writes everything by means of 0 and 1. But it converted into our local language, then it is printed in the local language, either English or Tamil, whatever it may be, it is programmed. So as we know that the computers can't understand our language, computers understand the language of zeros and ones, that is in digital form. So the modem will modulate the signal to sine waves, that is electrical waves. So this modulated digital signal can easily run over the telephone lines. So then the signal will reach the IP hub. Then after this, the demodulation of the signal will take place into digital form. Then you will be connected to the internet. So all these processes are performed by modem at extremely high speed. So at the velocity of light speed. The speed of modem depends upon the number of available access lines and the technology of the modem. So this is the special character of the modem. What is the modem and how it works, and what is the speed configuration of modem. So what are the features of modem? So features means what? Already we said the modem is classified with respect to its speed and data processing and capacity. So here the speed represented as with respect to time. So but the data quantity is represented as bytes. So with respect to time, the unit of time is seconds. So it handles the data with respect to bits. We know very well about that. 0 and 1, these are binary, and 0 to 50, which is converted into 8-bit numbers. You know very well about that. 0000 to 1111. So this is from 0 to 50. So this is that is called as 4-bit number, and 8-bit number also, you know well, 8 digits. That's all. 8 digits which are consist of only either 0 or 1. But the data is especially measured as bytes, and the time unit is second. So the both of them are combined, and it is represented as bytes per second. That is called as BPS. So the speed of modem is measured in BPS, means bits per second. So the data transfer speed can be increased by using a technique of data compression. So if you are using a modem having auto answering facility, so this is very important. So then the modem will be able to attend calls even in our absence. So this is voice assisted or voice operated modem, or it gives only a signal. So these are all available in the telephoning system. So the modem works basically in two modes. One is voice mode and other is data mode. If you choose the data mode, it will supply that data only, it gives the internet only, and it would act as a voice mode, it will reply in your absence. In voice modem act like a simple telephone, but in data modem act as a simple modem. That means it is allow only a data for your internet purpose. These type of modems have a switch which is helpful in changing the mode, that is either voice mode or data mode, from the data mode to voice mode. So vice versa is possible. For voice communication, loudspeaker and microphone is implemented in the modem. So some modems have the ability to compress data. These modems compress data sending to improve the data transfer rates. But there must be a similar technology modem to decompress the data at the receiver end. So this modem act as a phone also. It will reply in your absence, and the data modem, it gives only a data for your internet purpose. So what is mobile phone architecture? So mobile phone, in mobile phone, what are the basic components are available here? Architecture means components. What are the hardwares and the softwares are inbuilt in the mobile phone technology or the mobile phone. So the main onboard components of the mobile phone is the application processor that controls all other components of the device, such as display, keyboard, power, audio and video, etc. So the mobile phone important concept is the processor. What type of processor? We are calling, this is the computer. This computer is made up of what type of processor? Pentium 4, Pentium 5. Now we are using i3, i4, i5 processors, 4 gigabyte RAM speed, 250 gigabyte memory capacity of the hardware. So these are all the practical configurations of systems, either system or a cell phone, whatever it may be. But this is the processor, and which controls the audio and visual and the technical functions, and mobile microphone and the camera. It controls all components connected to the mobile phone. So on a complexity per cubic inch scale, the cell phones are some of the most intricate device people use on a daily basis. So modern digital cell phones can process millions of calculations per second in order to compress and decompress the voice stream. Okay, so what in digital phone? For basic digital phone, and the few individual parts are given here. First one is a circuit board containing the brain of the phone, that is called as a motherboard. In a system it is called as a motherboard, and it is a cell phone, it is called as a circuit board. And the antenna and display, liquid crystal display or LED display, whatever it may be. So the keyboard is very important because of it is not like a remote key. Look here, this is the AC key, and look like this is some home TV remote control there. But the buttoning system, the keyboard system is not like this. So the mobile phone keyboard system is entirely different. That is 10 years before we are using keyboard cell phones, but now we are using touch phone, touch screen, which is available. The keyboard is available in the touch screen we are using. So the virtual keyboard. And now the microphone. For a hardware, the simple mobile phone, it needs keyboard. Another one is a microphone and speaker battery. So these are the important components which are included in the architecture. So look here in this block diagram, it is what we said, all are here. So look here, the camera is here, antenna is here, So the display is here, keyboard is here. So there are so many CPUs here. ADC, DAC, this is digital to analog converter, analog to digital converter. RAM, ROM is there. Random access memory, read-only memory, both are here. So this is the SIM, battery, and USB cables. So small peripherals which are connected, and speaker, mic, and camera. So which are connected to the main assembly, and now the input-output devices are here, and it is connected to the antenna. So this is the block diagram of cell phone, and now this is the parts wise a cell phone. So this is the small model of cell phone. The parts are explained here. And now what is the signal transmission, and how we are using this mobile phone or cellular technology. Look here, this is the tower, and in the tower, which look here, a cellular phone, a person A is talking, and it is reaches to the mobile tower. This is called as base station, and it reaches to the MTSO, and it is fed to the mobile tower for the receiver, that is base tower for a receiver. And now the person B is hearing the signal or hearing the voice from the sender, and he is the receiver. So now this is how the mobile phone works. Look here. So this is calling and receiving. So the cell phone which reaches to the another one center, this is called as base center, and from the base center to the central exchange, this is called as cable, or it is connected by cable or radio link. So for mobile communication, we are using radio waves. Radio waves is one of the electromagnetic waves. We are using electromagnetic waves. So from base station to the central exchange, the central exchange to again, if it is a mobile phone, it is near to the central station, so this is the fixed network, it is given to them. And if it is a far away, so it is given to another base station. So look here, the base station to the cell phone, the receiver receive. Look here, in every area it is plotted as an hexagonal area. So this base station is coverable area is one hexagonal unit. So it is nearly equal to 1 to 20 kilometers nearly. So this base station which covers nearly in and around 20 kilometer distance. If in case if it is to the next hexagonal means, then here the next hexagonal is responsible to receive and send the signals. So that is the speciality of the mobile phone technology. Even though you are moving, your signal is transferred to the next hexagonal, that the frequency is transmitted to the another hexagonal cell, and this process is called as handover. The technique is called as handover. So you are talking here in this cell, hexagonal cell, this base station will receive and give the frequency or the information line to the central exchange by using two signals. One is input, one is output. So two frequencies. If you are moving to this nearest neighborhood hexagonal cell, what happened? The frequency is switched over. So you are using another one frequency, and by sending and receiving the signals, so the signal is handover to this next cell. So without cutting the call, without disturbing your call, you are entering to the another region, and you are using the another frequency without disturbance of the call and without disturbance of the sending informations. So these are the important concept of your mobile phone. This is the concept, that's all. So in landline there is no variation, the phone is fixed. So only one frequency is used for incoming and another outgoing is for another frequency. So two frequencies used. But you are moving means, so the area will decide what frequency is given to you. And if you are changing the area, that means coverage area, then automatically the frequency is changed. That is why your connection is uninterrupted, and you are calling or you are seeing the video, whatever it may be, when you are moving anywhere in the globe. So this is the concept of a cell phone technology. So the mobile phone is actually a two-way radio connecting both a low power transmitter and a receiver. So very important about the conventional telephoning system and the mobile phone system is the conventional telephone system need a high power transmission and receiving system. But for mobile phone it needs a minimum operated power transmission and receiving system. That is the major difference between the old telephoning system and the cellular or mobile phone technology. So this use two-way radio connecting both a low power transmitter and receiver. The typical cell phone includes a dual strength transmitter capable of transmitting either 0.6 watt to the 3 watt signals. So it operates only maximum of 3 watt signals. But in comparing with a large AM radio station, that means amplitude modulated radio station will typically broadcast 50,000 watt signal. So even smaller AM stations broadcast 5,000 watt signals. So a cell phone's 3 watt signal is less in comparison. So from this, the 3 watt signal is very less. So the reason of mobile phone can get by with such low power transmitters is such that the transmitting within the relative limited range within the current network set. So low power transmitter signal, that is very important, and it is not necessary or desirable for a phone's signal to extend beyond the current set. So this way the same broadcast frequencies can be used by multiple cells without danger of another interference. So this is the main importance of mobile communication system. So what are the type of mobile networks are available here? Already we are aware about this. These are all a decade before informations. So the two mobile technologies, as you know very well, the global system of mobile communication, that is called as GSM, and which is an international standard, and code division multiple access owned by Qualcomm company. So this is CDMA and GSM. So GSM and CDMA. So these are the two mobile networks available here. So what technique they are following, how they are transmitting the signal and the waves, and how they are receiving the waves and the signals. So this technology is two type, one is GSM and one is a CDMA. So how they work? For consumers standpoint, GSM is more convenient because of a GSM phone carries all the customers data on a removable SIM card, because of in GSM system every data is stored in SIM card, but in CDMA all informations are stored in a phone. If the user replace the phone, all data will be lost. So it is better to choose SIM cards because of all contacts and informations which are stored in SIM card. If you buy a new phone, you can insert the SIM card, again the all data contacts are re-established. So which is better means GSM is better. So the customer simply swap the SIM card into a new GSM phone and it connects to the provider's GSM network. The GSM network must accept a GSM compliant phone, so leaving consumer quite a bit of freedom over their choice in equipment. So this is the advantage over the GSM compared with the CDMA. So compared with the CDMA, GSM is better, somewhat better, right? Okay, next one is so CDMA phones on the other hand are not easily transferred between carriers. CDMA carriers identifies express based on a wide list, not SIM card, and only approved phones are allowed on their networks. If you replace the CDMA phone, you have to get another CDMA phone, and then only it is possible. Some CDMA phone uses SIM cards, you using SIM cards, but these are for the purpose of connecting to LTE networks for the flexibility when the phone is used outside the country. So So this is very important. This is the comparison between GSM and CDMA, and SIM card and IMEI number. So what do you mean by SIM card? So SIM card means that is subscriber identification module, and these are very small and removable cards. Look here, we know very well about that. A decade we are using a big size. This is a standard SIM card, and this is the micro SIM card, and now we are using nano SIM cards. So this is the port which carries the SIM card. So nowadays we are having this type of port. Depends upon the phone, we can use that type of SIM card is inserted into the cell phone. So what are the ports here? Look here, which is given, and that is represented as SIM card. So the removal cards that have the unique phone number and allow you to use a mobile service. So for a cell phone, the SIM card is very must and it is mandatory. For that, and every SIM card have some IMEI number. That phone have the IMEI number, and the SIM card has a SIM number, that is IMEI. So SIM card comes with a few sizes, standard SIM, micro SIM and nano SIM, which each of them was gradually smaller than the previous one. SIM cards contain mobile phone number, carrier information, billing information and address book. So SIM cards can be removed from one phone and it is inserted into another phone, so you won't lose the phone numbers and other data when you swap in new phone. So this is the very important in the commercial GSM type of phones by using SIM cards. So this is the 15-digit number is usually representing the SIM number, and that is first 3 digit is mobile country code, and the second 2 digit is mobile network code, and the third 10 digit is mobile station identification number. So this is very important. Look here, this is the schematic diagram of a SIM card, and this is the components, that is the compartments. What is connected here? It is SIM card is a SIM card also a typical electronic material. Look here, it is a ground, VCC. So input, output, and VPP and VCC. So this is the reset button. This is optional pad for USB, and this is the optional pad for USB. The configurations are given, so we can use it. Depends upon the application, we can use it in the SIM. In the insertion of SIM card into the phone, this every port is connected to the respective connections. Then only it works. If any part is damaged, it doesn't work. So mobile equipment. So this is the mobile equipment which has IMEI number. So every mobile phone has a IMEI, that is SIM card port, which is represented as IMEI number, and the subscriber's identity model. So this is the SIM, that there is a SIM card number, IMSI or MSISDN number. So this is which both are connected to the mobile stations, right? So look at the IMEI number. IMEI, the International Mobile Equipment Identity, is nothing but a device identification number, and that is mentioned below, right below the battery of your mobile phone for the identification of the specific mobile devices. So nowadays every cell phone backside they pasted this sticker about your IMEI number, and if it is a openable type of cell phone material, below the battery, if you replace the battery, then the IMEI number will be given. Because nowadays the open type, battery open type smartphones are very rare, because of it is fully closed system. So that is why the IMEI numbers are placed by means of stickers. So the oldest phone only having opening type. So the persons every time, sometimes many times, by inserting the SIM card, they are opening, they are replacing the battery. So that is why the lifetime of battery is reduced. So to avoiding this, the closed type of cell phones are nowadays prepared or made. That is why nowadays the opening type phones are very rare, unless it is a keypad type of phones. So small features, not a smartphone. A simple cell phone only, like the opening type of removing the cover, getting the battery and inserting the SIM card, that type of phones are available. So this number is different and unique in every cell phone. IMEI number helps you to know exactly where the device is manufactured and what the device number is. So these numbers are available in CDMA, GSM and some satellite phones. This number is generally made up of 15 digits that show the number of the mobile phone's serial number, and also the place of its origin. So the purpose of an IMEI number, what is the purpose? The sole purpose of IMEI number is to trace the mobile phones. That is very important. Once if you lose the phone, you miss the phone, it is theft. Okay, immediately you should give the complaint and in a forum, and you have to enter your IMEI number. The IMEI number is very important. Sir, I lost my phone. IMEI number is pasted in that backside of the cover. How do I know? No problem. So when the time of purchasing your phone number and the box which contains the IMEI number or IMEI port. So by saving this IMEI number, which is very important and mandatory to recover your phone or find the phone. So the secondary intention or the purpose is to prevent theft. In the case of mobile phone can be identified universally. A thief can never change the SIM card and hope to keep the device. The best part is that IMEI numbers are generally hard-coded into mobile phone hardware, so thus making it almost impossible to change them. So this is, look here, and this is the mobile phone which has two SIM cards, SIM1 and SIM2, and also a memory card port also. Look here that the two IMEI numbers are there. So this is the IMEI number which is represented in barcode as well as the figures also. So this is the important about the communication, basic telephonic system to modem and modem to mobile phone. So these configurations are very important. This is the switch-overing mechanism of basic phone and modem. And nowadays the modem is used to serve the internet. So either voice, the modem which gives the voice telephone, it is the same modem is used to for calling purpose landline phone, and also it gives the digital signals for internet applications. If you need internet, the modem serves both. It has both port, voice port and data port. So the voice port is connected to the phone and the data port is connected to the Ethernet cable into the computer or the TV, whatever it may be. Nowadays it is a smart systems. If you are just Google Talk or voice assistant, it automatically catch your voice and it automatically goes to wherever you want, wherever you search. So this is the main importance of basic telephony system and modem and mobile phone system. So this is the basic information about the ordinary telephony system and mobile phone. And now this is the mobile communication system. So the continuation of this mobile communication system, already we discussed what is mobile phone. So mobile phone is a portable telephone. Without the wire we are communicate each other. So this is already called as cellular phone also. So in the mobile phone it is used radio signals and it is uses low transmission and receiving power. This is very important. This technology is developed for mobile radio telephone to replace the high power transmitting and receiving system. So some generations we are crossed some generation because of nowadays we are using 5G telephone system. So these are using these phones which are using as a 5G systems, and before that we are starting from 1G to 2G, 3G and 4G. So we are currently in it is 4G now. 4G we are crossed 4G to 5G, fifth generation. The cellular network uses a number of low power transmitters called base stations, and each base station covers a unit area called cell. So already we discussed what is base station. So these are the generations of telephones. First generation, which is consist of only keypads and antennas only visible, and now the second generation keypads, antenna with the display, which display indicate that the numbers only or the caller ID. This is called as caller ID. The memory which uses to save the phone numbers, maybe 1000, 2000 numbers will be stored here. And this is the foldable type, and which is a digital display, that is ordinary 7-segment display or LCD display. And opening this, you are having a small monitor, and this monitor will show your face. So both the voice and the image also possible in this 3rd generation onwards. So now we are in 5th generation. So these are the some configurations when they are designed and when they are implemented, and these are called as what we said multiple accessing technologies and standards. So what are the bandwidth followed here? So starting bandwidth look like 1.9 kilobytes we are following first, and 14 and 384 kilobytes. So it's called as kilobytes per second. So this is 14, this is 384, and this is 2 Mbps. And 2 Mbps we are handling, and now here 200 Mbps. From 4G we are using for 200 Mbps. So the core network what we are using, so the internet for 4G, from 4G we are using internet also. So the components of cellular system, so one is mobile station, another one is a cell, and another one is a base station. So next one is mobile switching center. Look here. So these are the block diagram of mobile communication system. So this is the mobile system, and which is connected to the base station via radio frequency, and this base station which are connected to mobile switching center, they are connected via optical fiber cable from mobile switching center to a public switch telephonic network, which are connected to a stationary phone by means of fiber optic signals. And next one is what is the cell structure. Look here, this is the base station, and every base station has some radial distance. So this is circle, and this is now which is represented as a hexagonal type of radius. So a circle, each circle which consists of a 7 hexagonal system. So there are only certain patterns of cells which can be repeated over a plane: the regular hexagon, the square, the circle, and the triangle. So but the regular hexagon is favored by the system designed due to some advantages. So this is the circle to hexagonal shape approximation. So the hexagon is advanced compared to the another one. So the allotted frequency spectrum for mobile communication is 800 to 900 megahertz. So the frequency from this range is allotted to different cell is a set or cluster. So look like this is called as the 7 system, the 7 hexagonal system. This is called 1 unit, and which covers each one covers one base station. One base station covers 1 hexagonal unit. So this included in one circular, which are common to the frequencies. So the many circular systems which are connected and to form a cluster system. Cluster means many systems. So the same frequency band will be used in another set of cells. So the channels connected to mobile consist of 2 frequencies, pair frequencies. One is for transmitting purpose and another one is for receiving. So in mobile phone also there are 2 signals, transmission and receiving. So this is crystal of 7 cells. So look here, this is A, which is surrounded by 6 hexagon system. This is called as 7 cells. This is the combination of 2 or more 7 cluster system, and this is formed as a cluster system. So the cells A that use the same set of carrier frequencies. So these are all using the same type of frequencies. All A's using same type of frequencies. Right, now next one is handoff. What do you mean by handoff? Already we said. So this is one hexagonal covering area, radial area. A user is moving, so he is crossed the limit, he crossed the border, then immediately he is switch over from one frequency to another, because this is A, this is B. But A and B are 2 different frequencies, so he switch over to B and this frequency is same. So this is called as handoff initiation. This is called handoff initiation. So this is BS. So the mobile connected to BS1. So he is crossing from here to there. Then the mobile signal is switch over, and that is called as handoff. So the mobile users can move while using the mobile phone. Hence the network should be able to provide them continuous access as they move. So this will not be a problem if the user is moving within the same cell. So within the cell, there's only one no problem. But when the user is moving from one cell to another, the handoff is required. So what is handoff? Handoff is the process of transferring an active call from one cell to another cell as a mobile unit moves from first cell to another cell without disconnecting the call. So without disturbing connecting, a user can travel from one hexagonal unit to another hexagonal unit, that is base station area, that is called as radial base station area. So it connects the caller and the caller called user during roaming. It maintains a conversation between user during roaming, and it registers the location of all users on move. So this is very, very important. Even though nowadays the crimes are happened, they first found the user, the person having a mobile phone, and then at the last time where its mobile phone gives the signal. So they first identify the signal, then he traces. So in many films they have shown this is very, very important. So that it is used to track the user's location. So metering of calls is carried out at a MSC. So these are the important functions of MSC. So these are the references, the informations are gathered regarding the mobile phone communication system. So this is the basics of mobile communication system, how the mobile phone system is working. So from this, what we learn is basic telephoning system, modem and its operation, how the mobile phone works, and what is the basic concept of mobile phone and basic theme of principle of mobile phone, how the mobile phone works, how the generations are, and what are the another parameters, parts, SIM, IME number, etc. So these are the some common informations about the mobile communications. So many of them are known about the some values nowadays. Nowadays they know very well SIM, IME number, these are all known. But how it operates, that is the hidden information, a basic concept with the lots of explanation and the easiest way of understanding. Hope you are enjoying this video. Thank you.